Greetings, my fellow eagles and the entire world. This is Eagle Emmanuel Mensah with inspirations and guidance from Eagle Helen Mensah in the unseen world, coming into your homes and your minds with a message of empowerment and enlightenment. Today is the 17th of June in the year 2024, and the Bible says this is the day the Lord has made, and therefore we should rejoice and be glad in it. And for that matter, I take this opportunity to invite you to join me to give thanks to God for the day that He has granted unto us and life in general. Life is beautiful, life is wonderful, life is glorious. Life is God Himself, flowing through all things, including mankind. Today, I'm going to speak to you on the topic, how to guide your thoughts and your mind, or your mind. It is an undeniable fact that every human being is aware that we have a mind. Every human being knows that he or she has a mind. And also, we know that we use our mind all the time. And whenever we use our mind, what comes after is what we call thought. Thought is simply an intangible thing. No one has ever seen thought. Just as we have never seen air, we have never seen our sleep. But thought is the most powerful thing in the life of humanity. And as we all know, the invisible things of life controls the physical things. And if you don't know, just take yourself as an example. Without the air you are breathing in and out, you do not exist. But the fact is, no one has ever seen air. We don't know how air is, whether it is blue, red, it is rectangular shape, or it is triangular shape. No one knows it, but we breathe in and out air ever since we arrived on this earth. And so you will see that you are controlled by, or you are being controlled by the invisible things, and thoughts is one of the powerful things that controls us. Every human being uses his or her mind. And as we use our minds, we generate thoughts. But how do we get the best out of our mind and the thoughts that we generate? And so today, my focus here is to help you and to guide you and to empower you to become awakened to this fact that whatever you consider as powerful is not. But the most powerful thing is what you have in your mind, and that is your thought. And if you just sit back a little bit and ponder over this, you will realize that the greatest things that mankind has ever made or started as a thought. The greatest invention, the greatest ideas that has ever greeted this earth came as a simple thought that has grown to become what we see in the physical. In the same way, the most painful and negative things that had ever happened in the life of mankind also began as a thought. The wars and all the kind of things that we consider as the negative or the dark side of humanity all came as a result of a simple thought. Then it grew to become what we know that thing to be as a physical reality or evidence of the thought. And so your thoughts are powerful. The most powerful things you can ever think of in this world is thought. And every man is gifted with the ability to generate thoughts. But how do we get the best out of our mind and our thoughts? Yes, so for you to be able to get the best out of your mind and your thoughts is to become awakened to what you are and what you are made of. And how does this even come about? So every human being is an individualization or extension of a powerful force that we call God. Other people call it Allah, infinite intelligence. Whatever name you assign to this power doesn't matter. But the fact is that it exists, and it is this power that animates everything, including human being. But as human beings, we've been given what we call the power of thought. And the power of thought comes with the power of choice. We are given the free will, the right to choose what to think and what not to think about. And so, as an individual, independent and unique individual, the only person that has control over your mind and your thoughts is you. And whatever thing that will come into your life as your physical reality is the manifestation of your thought. And those who have been able to put their thought to a certain level and then work on it, they have been able to create beautiful and wonderful things that has affected all other human beings. It is the same thing with the negative ones too. And so, how do we get how do we get the best out of our thoughts? The best way to do this is to become awakened to the guidance or the mechanism that God has placed in every human being to guide or to help us to direct or to make our choices. And so every human being has what we call emotions. And as I've already explained, you are the extension of a powerful force. And the arrangement is that this force is thinking. And you, as an extension, is also thinking in the physical. But you are supposed to think along the lines of this force, God, soul, or your inner being, however you want to call it. So when your thoughts are in harmony with this powerful force of God, then you create positively. You feel good. You have what we call enjoyable life. You love your life. But when what you are thinking about any given subject is at variance with the thoughts of God or the force that you are made of, then it means you are separating yourself from this force. Therefore, you do not have power, you do not have support, you do not have resources. And what you experience in your life is pain, negative emotion. And so, the only way you can get the best out of your mind and your thought is to pay attention to how you are feeling at any given time. The real reason that you are here as a human being, I've been saying this and I'll keep on saying it, is to become happy. No one was born to be sad. No one was born to go through any negative thing. Whatever negative situation we are going through here is the invention of what we are, what we are supposed to be. And it is as a result of we abusing our minds and our thought power. And therefore, this is the time for us to become awakened to the fact that you are creating your own realities every day. You are creating your life circumstances every day. And you know you have been gifted a mechanism, a system in you that gives you feedback all the time as to whether you are creating positively or negatively. And so the best way to get, or the way to get the best out of your mind is to pay attention to your feelings. Pay attention to your emotions about any given subject. If it is not positive, change it. If it is positive, continue doing it. You feel good. Whatever thing that will bring you joy, whatever things that will bring you relief, exhalation, happiness, keep doing that. It doesn't matter what other people are saying. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. Keep doing it. Because you are the only person that has the power to create your own reality. So as soon as you become awakened to this, you cease to please people. You cease to actually do things because people are asking you to do. You cease to do things to please people or to win people's favors. But you do what is in alignment with your own constitution. That is anything that brings you joy and happiness. And when you do this, even people who are resisting eventually will enjoy from what you are creating because you create positively and wonderfully. It's just at the beginning that people may think that they may not get what they want from you. But as time goes on, they turn out to benefit from what we're doing. And we know this for the fact that every man or woman that has done anything great in this world was at a point a punching bag for family members, onlookers, and community members. But eventually what they have done has benefited them and the whole world. And so the best way, or the way to get the best out of your mind is to pay attention to how you feel. Your feelings are not just fleeting things. And they are not the cause of anything. They are not caused by anything, but they are just a message, an information to you that you are either abusing your mind or you are using your mind. You are abusing, you are using your mind positively. You are abusing your thought power or you are abusing your thought power. Thought is energy, and energy creates. You can transmute energy from one state to another. And therefore, every thought that you are thinking, don't think that they just go away. No, they exist. Just as we have electricity around us everywhere. Electricity is in the sky, is in the universe everywhere around us. If you are able to harness it, you'll be able to use it wherever you are, especially what we call the solar energy, which comes from the sun. And so it is with your thoughts. There are thoughts around us, thoughts that have been generated by people in the past, people long time ago. They are all here. The air that we are breathing is the same air that those who lived years, millions of years breathed. And therefore, it just keeps on renewing itself. And as we take it in, we release it. And the same way, thoughts are everywhere. And the thoughts that you entertain, place your undivided attention on, is that as you invite more of those thoughts to yourself, and then you create your reality. So pay attention to how you are feeling. If you are careful and you are attentive to your feelings, you will know as to whether you are abusing your mind or you are using your mind well, whether you are creating a better life for yourself or you are creating a worse and a sad life for yourself in the future. But it all comes down to the point that you must cease to live to think that you have to please someone. The only person you have to please is yourself. The only person that you have to please is yourself, and therefore place yourself first. Yes, it may sound like you are being selfish, but it is true. You have to be selfish for you to be able to help anyone. As a matter of fact, no human being can say, would ever even dream of falling sick, such that people who are sick will also get enough, or there will be enough help for those who are sick to get some. No one give away his healthy state to, as charity. No one will give away his sleep as charity for other people, because all these things are inexhaustible. Everyone is accessible to it. And therefore, if you want to sacrifice your side for someone, then that means you are rather, working against your progress. And as I said, you cannot be poor just because you say there is an inequality in the distribution of wealth for you to be able to help other people. The fact is that if you want to help poor people, then you have to get rich. There is no any other way. No poor person can help another poor person. You must be rich to help another poor person. And so that is how it is. So selfishness is something that is a human factor, but not in the negative way, but in a positive way, because you must have before you can give. And therefore, you must take control of your happiness before you can be happy to affect other people. But if you want to descend into people's negativity, you want to descend into people's sadness just as a way of showing sympathy, then you are actually dragging yourself into that. And the two of you will be the same. And that is why we increase the sorrow, the sadness, the negative aspect of our life in this world. And so, be mindful to how you are feeling. That should be your guiding principle. That should be your meter. That should be your compass. All the time, ask yourself, how am I feeling about this particular topic? Even if you have to do anything to help someone when you are not feeling well or you are not feeling good about it, don't do it. But leave it to the infinite intelligent, and the right person will come and do it. That is how it is. But if you do anything against your own will, if you do anything against your own happiness, then you are fighting against your own self. And that is fighting against circumstances, you will suffer consequences. You'll suffer the consequence down the road. And so we cannot be poor in order to help poor people. We cannot get sick in order to help sick people, but we have to be healthy in order to help sick people. We have to be rich in order to help poor people. Whatever thing that, however you look at it, you must be in that position, for you can only lift only from your point of strength. And your point of strength is when you take care of yourself. The only take care that you need to take of yourself is to listen to how you are feeling. Your emotions cook your internal organs. Your negative emotions destroyed yourself, your body. Your body becomes old and rapidly because of negative emotions. Your body becomes deteriorated because of negative emotions. Wrinkles and all these things that we have on our face as a result of negative emotions. The body is not meant to live on negative emotions. The body is meant to live on positive emotions, and that is to be in tune with your higher self. And therefore, you keep on renewing your body. You keep on renewing yourself. And so, you come across people who are just 30 years old, but they are as old as 70 years people, or even older than them. There are some people who are 70 years old, but they look young, energetic. Why? It is because of how each and everyone is taking care of his or her internal system. And so, this is the time of awakening. This is the time of enlightenment. I'm here to empower you and to assist you to draw your mind to these important things that we don't normally pay attention to, or no one even educates us on that. Your body, your entire life is a manifestation of your thoughts. It is thought upon thought that you mold yourself to where you are. All of us. And if it is by the same method, by the same power, that we can reverse every negative, every adverse situation in our life. And so, you are not supposed to dwell in negativity. You are not supposed to accept your negative emotions and feelings as something that is the work of someone, or something that God is going to take away from you. God will not take it away from you. God is ever ready to give you to you, but you must allow God in. And the way to allow God in is to be happy. And let the communication channel between you and God open. And therefore, God will not work with any negative person. And that is why in the religious circles they call it sin. Sin is simply negative thinking, wrong thinking. Wrong thinking. So anything that will not bring joy, anything that will not bring happiness to you, that is wrong thinking. You are fighting against your own self, and that is God in you. So this is the time you need to wake up. This is the time we need to get up and realize that we can get the best out of our minds only by listening to our internal system. Just as you will get the best out of your sat-nav gadget in your car only when you listen to it and follow its guidance. In the same way, you will get the best out of life. You will get the best out of your mind and your thoughts only when you listen and pay attention, respond accordingly to how you are feeling. You are only here to feel happy. You are only here to feel joy. You are only here to have that positive life. And positivity can only come into your life only when you practice positivity. You cannot indulge in negativity to end up creating a positive life. It will never happen. And so this is the time that you go to rise up. You go to be awakened to the fact that you are the creator of your own realities. Anything, everything that goes into your life, you are the creator. And it is by the power of your thought, the power of your mind. There is nothing that you can see in a human being's mind. Actually, no one has ever seen a human being's mind. They are invisible, and it is the invisible things that control us. So take note from this. Just as you don't see air, but the air is your life. In the same way, you will never see your thoughts, but your thoughts are the creator of your own reality. There is nothing greater or lesser than this. This is the universal truth. Whether you believe it or not, whether you agree with me or not, you are bound by it. Therefore, take control of your mind. Live positively. Think positively. Righteousness, as we are taught in religion, is nothing as righteous thinking. The right thinker is a righteous person, and the right thinker is the one that listens to his or her emotions and respond accordingly, such that he always dwell in the positive way. And that is when we can say we are living and co-creating with our higher self, which is God. So that is my message for you. You can get the best out of your mind. You can get the best out of your thoughts only by listening to your internal guidance. And that is your emotions. Your emotions are given to you. They are powerful, but they are messages. They are guide. They are the guide and compass that is leading us as we travel on this earth, as we journey through this world. And therefore, your life will be prosperous only when you are in positivity. Your life will be sour, painful, only when you are in negativity. Either way, it is our right of choice. We have the right of choice. We have been given the freedom to think or not to think anything. So choose well and choose life and choose a better way. And that is when we can co-create. All of us collectively together, we bring heaven on earth here on this earth. That is my message for you. Thank you, and God bless you. Now may the overshadowing presence of God that keeps the stars in the open such that they do not fall on us, that keeps the planets in their orbit such that they do not clash with one another, lead and guide you, direct you, empower you, open your mind, and expose you to your inner, energize you for you to be awakened to your true powers. That is your mental and thought power that you've been given. You are a powerful human being who is every day, every minute creating his own life. Therefore, if whatever you are going through, if life hasn't been good to you, pay attention to how you are feeling. For how you are feeling is a message as to whether you are creating a good or a bad life. You are the key. You are the driver. You are the pilot. So take control of your life, and you will create a beautiful and wonderful life. Thank you, and God bless you.